Hi everyone, welcome to Bronzerellaz. Thank you so much for watching us and for all your support. Please hit subscribe on the red button on the right hand side of this video. We're doing an all matte full face glam that is orchestrated by Shiranthini and the voiceover is done by Tanvi. So we're going to use Scotch tape. Following the lower lash line, we are going to attach Scotch tape for precision in our eyeshadow on both sides of our eyes. We're going to then use Urban Decay's primer potion to make sure our eyeshadow lasts long throughout the night on both the eyes. We're using Scotch tape because it's gentle. Make sure you don't use packing tape or any other sort of duct tape. Moving on to Kat Von D's Chrysalis eyeshadow palette, you're going to use the color Lifelike to add a nice bright base to our eyes. We're also applying this all over the eyelid and also on our brow bone for that nice highlight. Now grabbing a nice crease brush that we can use for blending, we grab the color Glasswing from the same eyeshadow palette and we apply it all along our crease, all the way inwards towards the tear ducts and all the way outwards towards where our Scotch tape is applied, and we make sure that we blend. Now using Kat Von D's Shade and Light contour palette, use the color Subconscious to amplify the same brown color just by the end, just to kind of make an angle of sorts of a darker color on the outside of the eye. Now using a angled crease brush, you can take a matte dark gray color. We've used the Nude on Nude palette by NYX and we're adding it towards the outer half of the eyes, just at the outer V, making sure the outer V is very well pronounced, and just dragging it in towards the middle crease of the eye. Now taking a blending brush, Shiranthini is just blending out all the colors using a circular motion and just blend. Make sure your blending is done nicely with a nice shaded look. Now using the color Tornay from Chrysalis Kat Von D palette, Shiranthini is applying the color towards the outside of the eyes to amplify the outer V with a very nice dark shade so that the outer V's are nicely pronounced and we get a nice smoky look out and a smoldering look on the outside. Make sure you blend this in with the other colors that were there already. Now using the color Glasswing, which we used earlier from the same palette, we blend this dark Tornay color into the lighter parts of the eye. Now grabbing Sephora's gel liner in blue and Duralin, Shiranthini has added a few drops of the Inglot Duralin into the gel liner and she's using that as a cream shadow onto her eyelid. You can use any regular matte blue eyeshadow or a cream shadow. And then make sure you blend the blue shadow into the corners of the eyes and into the crease. Now using the color Entombed from the Chrysalis palette, Shiranthini is using that color as a transition color to blend her eyeshadow properly into her crease and into the gray and dark brown colors that she added before, all throughout the eye. Make sure you blend this color properly. We use the blue gel liner as a underlying shade because it adds vibrancy to this entombed color on top that we blended. We're also using now a brown color to blend out the gray blue tones into the rest of the eye. Make sure you blend properly with nice circular motions and also add highlight to your brow bone. As you can see, the eyes are nicely done now. It's time now to remove the Scotch tape that we applied to see how nice the precision is. Now make sure you wipe out the extra fallout that's there with nice makeup wipes, and then again blend the colors even more. As you can see, Shiranthini's eyelids look fantastic because she blends so much. Now we make sure that the rest of our face is nicely prepped with skincare and primer. We made sure we didn't put foundation before because we knew there would be fallout from our dramatic eyes and the eyeshadow that we were applying. So we're using a concealer called MAC Pro Longwear in MC42 and the 130 MAC brush which stipples really well. So Shiranthini applied her concealer in a triangular shape under her eyes, making sure that she's blending it nicely into the skin. And she's also applying her concealer on her upper lip and on her chin. And she's blending it all out to make sure it evens out properly into the skin. Next, what she's going to do is use a matte foundation, because this is a matte look, and this foundation she's using is by Kat 1D, and obviously she loves shaking it. And she's using a flat brush, a flat foundation brush, and again just stippling and applying the foundation all over her face, little by little, making sure there's no patches, just blending it out nicely. And she's also blending the foundation out into her neck to make sure there's no discrepancies in color. This makes sure that there's also no harsh lines when differentiating the face and the neck. Make sure your foundation is very nicely blended out, and blend it out into the temples, along the hairline, and you can also brush it onto your ears. Now, using BH Cosmetics Loose Setting Powder, Shiranthini is going to just apply it all over her face. Setting powders make sure that you don't get crease lines, and they basically set your foundation in place. After her setting powder, Shiranthini is going to move on to using Maybelline's Age-Align Dark Circle Eraser for contouring. She is using it on her cupid's bow, under her eyes in the shape of triangles, on her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, and on the sides, under where her darker contour shade will go, just like that. She's also going to put the dark color on her nose, on her jawline, and on her temples. Now, using a blending brush, she's going to blend all the colors out to make sure she has a nice contoured face. This technique will make the center of her face look wider and the sides of her face look slimmer, and it will also make her eyes look much brighter. Now, using Laura Mercier's loose setting powder, Shiranthini is going ahead again and applying it on top of all the contouring that she has done under the eyes, making sure that no crease lines are visible. Go ahead and use a separate tool to blend out her darker contour shade that she has put under her cheekbone. She's going to blend it out and also blend out the darker contour shade that she put along the temples, along the side of her face, and along her jawline. Now, to make her contouring more pronounced, Shiranthini is going to use the color Somber from Kat 1D's Shade and Light palette, and she's going to use the Makeup Geek Chisel Cheek brush and apply it right under her cheekbone, right there, to make sure those cuts under the cheekbone are mean and her cheekbones are high, like really high. You will notice that Shiranthini's contouring is on point because as you can see, she has added the contour along her temples into the hairline, and now she's using a slightly darker color which is called Subconscious from the Shade and Light palette, and she's going ahead and again just overlaying on top of the contouring that she's done nicely in nice circular motions. She's blending it all out. She's definitely experienced in this field, and she's really blending out the colors nicely. Now, using the lighter color called Lyric, she's going to put it onto the high points of her contouring that she did on her face. That would be on her cheekbones right there. Look at that, that looks fabulous, absolutely gorgeous, and her face looks way more structured than before. She has used MAC's blush called Desert Rose on the apples of her cheeks, and it adds a really nice flush of pink. Moving on to her brows, she's drawing out her brows with her NYX brow pencil, She's doing it very expertly, slowly outlining the brows and then slowly moving on to filling them in. Now Shiranthini is using a hard bristled angled eyebrow brush, and she is spreading out the color nicely and filling the eyebrows in with the drawn out lines that she had previously put with her brow pencil. And she's just shading it, and just notice how she's using those flicking motions on her eyebrows. It really helps in making those strokes of hair onto the brows if you do it like that. Using Sonia KASHUK's brow kit, she's taken the darkest color and she's filling those spaces into the eyebrow to make it look nice and smooth and dark. Now using NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in white, Shiranthini is moving her focus back to the eyes and using it along the waterline to just open up the eyes. After this, Shiranthini is using a flat eyeshadow brush and she's applying the color Tornay under, right outside her lower lash line to give that nice dark shadow to make the look complete. And then she's just moving on to again blending out the sides to make sure they're not as harsh for this look. You can blend this out as much as you want. It all depends on how precise you want that winged line to look. But anyway, Shiranthini is moving onto her eyeliner. She's using Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner. Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner is fantastic because it has a really nice felt tip and it's very thin and it allows you the precision you need to put eyeliner. Always take your time with this. You can start out at the corner, make a wing that goes along your lash line, along your lower lash line, and then just drag it inwards into your eye. Wow, those wings are amazing. That eyeliner is definitely really nicely done. So after you've done with your eyeliner, you can go ahead and put a setting spray to make sure all your contouring and everything is set in place. We're going to use the NYX Matte Makeup Setting Spray because, of course, this is an all matte makeup look, and that really helps us mattify everything. Even the eyeliner. If your eyeliner has a little bit of a shine, the spray will matte it all out. As you can see, Shiranthini just used a makeup wipe to make sure she could remove any excess black liner that might have gotten under her lash line there. Now she's using a BUXOM mascara and she's using the classic Bronzerellaz trick of bending your mascara wand and then using it to apply it to your long lashes. It's just easier to apply when your brush is at an angle. It gives more of a look to the lashes and also is easier to apply to the lower lashes, and you'll make sure that you avoid any black marks that you might get generally when you apply mascara. And after the mascara, Shiranthini is going to use IMECRIME's eyeliner in Blue Milk, which is a light pale blue color, and it just helps amplify that beautiful wing liner that she drew earlier, and it spices up her eyes a little bit too. I think it looks very different. Her all matte eyes definitely look fabulous with that finish. After that's done, we move on to the last very important part, which are the lips. Using Makeup Forever's Aqua lip liner. She's just drawing out the lips. It's a very neutral brown shade, and she's filling out her lips fully. And voila! That is the whole look, and I can definitely say my Bronzerellaz sister definitely looks very hot. What do you think, guys? If you have any questions, comments, or any appreciation or anything else that you want to say to us, please make sure you comment below, and if you really love this look, subscribe to us, ask us for more stuff that you might want to see, and we definitely love all our viewers. XOXO!